Hi, today I've got 5 hacks for you for running your business as a company. My name's Jodie and I'm the Chief Educator and Tax Agent at Northwest Accountancy, and today I'm going to give you 5 hacks for running your business as a company. That's 5 things that you need to know if you're considering setting up a company or if you have just set up a company. So number 1, you are not your company. A company is a separate legal entity and it lodges its own tax return. It can sue people and be sued by others. It owns its own assets and is responsible for its own liabilities. It has its own tax file number. It has an ABN, which is an Australian business number, and an ACN, which is an Australian company number. Now, your Australian company number is the number you get from asic when you set up your company. And you might note that your ABN is the same number as your ACN with 2 extra digits at the front. Number 2. A company will pay a flat rate of tax of 25% if they're trading, or if they're known as a base rate entity, which has a turnover of $25 million or less, which is most of our businesses. If your business turnover or income is more than $25 million, or if your company only has a passive income, then you pay 30% worth of tax on the profits. So tax for companies is taxed on the profit that the company makes throughout the year. Number 3, the directors of the company are the decision makers and the shareholders are the owners. Now, directors have heaps more liability because they're the ones responsible for the day-to-day trading of the company. Forms such as tax return forms, BASs, and ASIC forms must be lodged on time, as well as superannuation needs to be lodged and paid on time to make sure that the company is trading profitably. Directors have requirements to ensure that the company is running smoothly for the benefit of the shareholders. And this includes acting honestly and in good faith and getting trusted advice before making an informed decision about the company. Number 4, shareholders. Now, shareholders are the owners of the company, so they're the ones who are gaining the benefit from the company making lots of money. So shareholders are protected under the proprietary limited rules. And so this means they're the owners or the proprietors are limited to the exposure. So you might have a company with a PTY Ltd. It means proprietary limited. Owners are limited to the debt, to the exposure of the debts, depending on the value of shares that they own. So if they're $10 shares, you're limited to $10 per share. If they're $1 shares, then you're limited to $1 per share. Lastly, hack number 5, there's 3 different ways that you can get money out of a company. If you work there, or if you want to be paid a wage or a salary, you can be paid a wage or a salary. And this means that pay-as-you-go withholding needs to be paid to the tax office on a BAS, and superannuation needs to be paid as well. And there's no minimums for superannuation anymore. So any wages that need to be taken out, super needs to be paid as well. Secondly, you can receive a dividend. So a dividend is a payment to the shareholders for the parts of the profit that the company has made. Now, you can't receive a dividend in the first year that the business trades because we haven't made a profit yet and we haven't paid tax yet. And so we can't receive a franked dividend, which is a dividend with tax credits associated in your first year. You can receive an unfranked dividend, which will then go into the shareholders' tax returns and pay tax on those. The third way you can get money out of a company is to take a loan from the company. So if it's got an abundance of cash and you want to take some money out, then you can take a loan out from the company, but you must pay it back. So generally, if you don't pay it back by the time the first tax return is lodged, then you need to go into an agreement to pay it back over a period of time, and it needs to be charged interest. So generally, we don't recommend that you're taking a loan out of the company for personal reasons. Generally, it will be pay a wage or receive a dividend. Now, hopefully those 5 hacks and 5 tips for running your business as a company make a lot of sense to you. And if you do have any questions, please reach out and let me know. Thank you.